Dugsiyada casriga ee Al-daarayn ee magaalada Hargeysa ayaa diyaariyay casharo bulshada loogu soo bandhigayo qaabka casriga ah ee wax loo baro ardayda kala duwan ee dugsiyadaasi wax ka barata. iyadoo telefishinka Saab TV hore ay uga baxeen barnaamijyo ay maamulka macallimiinta iyo guddoonka sare ee dugsiyadaasi kaga hadleen casriyeynta heerka waxbarashada ee la siiyo ardayda. Haddaba waxaanu qaybtan ku soo qaadan doonaa casharkii koowaad uguna horeeya ee ka mid noqon doona casharada toddobaadlaha ee Al-daarayn Modern Schools. وانا مادة كيمستريga fasalka labaad ee casharkan camaliga ah ciwaankiisu waa Titration is Acid Based Neutralization.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Today we are going to look for how to run the practically the titration method. So any student that can explain or the eye of the titration. What's the titration or the eye for the titration?
Titration is a method of analyzing the concentration of solutions in order to determine exactly how much alkali is needed to neutralize a quantity of acid.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. Rahman said that titration is a method of analysis that helps us to determine the amount of acid that can neutralize the specific amount of alkaline or the base, or the vice versa. So today we are going to look the practically. First, let me ask you the apparatus that we need to do the practically. So the first one that I need to ask you, what's called this one? Okay. So this one we can call? Okay. How about this one? Yeah. So we need also this one. So this one is conical plastic. Okay. Let me ask you this one. Funnel. Yeah. This one. It's called it funnel. So also we need this one. So this one will be. Yeah. This one is puree. Also, guys, we need the chemicals that we need to test in. So the first chemical that we have is alkaline, which is sodium hydroxide. Also, we have an acid, so that acid is hydrochloric acid. So the first step, we will use the pipette and pipette filler, and then we're going to take the 25 centimeter cubic of sodium hydroxide. So let me use this one and let me type it. So we have the sodium hydroxide. So this apparatus, the pipette helps us to measure the 25 centimeter cubic of sodium hydroxide. So let me type this one. Okay, have you seen that one, guys? Look, we are axis for the sodium hydroxide, and then I will remove the pipette filler. I use my thumb to get the accurate result for the 25 centimeter cubic of sodium hydroxide. Okay, look that line. We're gonna make that line so that line exactly it shows us the 25 centimeter cubic of the sodium hydroxide. So and then we will pour by using the conical plastic. So let me pour this one. Okay, and then the second step, guys, we have indicator. So indicator is a phenolphthalein. So the phenolphthalein is going to add the 3 drops only. Going to add the 3 drops of phenolphthalein to sodium hydroxide, and then we will observe in how the color is changing. So let's 1 drop, 2 drop, and then that's the 3 drops. And then look the color. So it's very beautiful. So what color is it? It's pinky. Yeah. So the color is pinky. So after that, I'm going pour by using the puree. Let me add the icing. Before we add the icing, first we're going to read the initial volume. So the initial volume of the puree tells us, so the initial volume is, actually let me read the initial volume. So the initial volume is 4.2. So the initial volume is 4.2. Always use the 2 decimal point. So the initial volume is 4.2, and then we will add the IC, and then we will observe how the color turns into the colorless. So when the color turns into the colorless, that show us the amount of all the alkanes is neutralized. So let me add this one. So when the color is slightly changing, we add the drop by drop to exactly observing how the color turns into the colors. So let me add a little drop by drop, and then we mix it very well. You see it? So look, and then let me stop. So the color turns into colorless. So that time the reaction is completed, and then we're going to look for how much of ice that can neutralize the 25 centimeter cube of sodium hydroxide. So we have, let me read the final volume. Let me read the final volume is 12.5. It's 12.5. So final volume is 12.5. So let me subtract in this one. Let me subtract. How much?
7.
It is 8.3.
30.
Yeah, 8.3. So that's the amount of ice that neutralizes the 25 centimeter cubic of sodium hydroxide. So the next step, we done the first testing, we need to do another test. So I will give you the chance, one of the students. So let me give the chance for Abdurrahman, and let's give the chance.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Abdurrahman Mohammed, and today I will be doing the titration method. Titration is a method of analyzing the concentration of solution in order to determine how much alkali is needed to neutralize an acid and vice versa. So the instruments we're going to be using are in chemical class, and the chemicals that we're going to be using are sodium hydroxide, which is an alkali, and hydrochloric acid. So first, we're going to need 25 centimeter cube of sodium hydroxide. So we're going to be using the pipette to get that.
Let's make. So exactly we're going to make the 25 centimeter cube. Let's stop here and then transfer the conical first. Then the next step, Abdurrahman is going to add the 3 drops of indicator. So the indicator is phenolphthalein. So and then the color turns into the pinky. Yeah, they're gonna turn into the pinky. So let me add the 3 drops. 2, then 3. So look, the color turns into the pink, and then that shows us there is a presence of the alkali, and then it will pour the acid by using the chloride. So the first step is going to measure the initial volume. So guys, the initial volume that Abdurrahman reading is 12.5. 12.50. And then let me add the drops of the hydrochloric acid into the conical flask. So let me switch on and then mix it. And then the color turns into the colorless. So that shows us all the sodium hydroxide is neutralized. So, and then the next step is going to read the vinyl volume. So the vinyl volume, maybe you can use to read very well. You can use to read very well for this one.
26.5.
So it's 26.5. Okay. Let's subtract in these 2 results. Let's subtract in these 2 results. So 26.5 minus 12.5. So it's gonna become 14. Yeah, 14. There's a something error here. Have you seen it? The volume. There is a big difference for the 2 volume. You know, who can mention what's the problem for this one. We need the result to be the coordinate. They should be very close together. Because of, if you didn't measure exactly the 25 centimeter cubic of sodium hydroxide, as well as if you look carefully how to add the chloride into the acid, so you should step the first time that you have observing the color turn into the color. So, and the last thing you make the drops, drop by drop, and then when you observe the color exactly turn into the colorless, and then you should stop at that point. So there's a little bit error here. So we should repeat again for that result. We should repeat again for that result. So, okay, thank you very much.
Titration is our method to determine, our method of analyzing the concentration of an acid or maybe solution. And the way we do titration is to determine exactly how much of alkali is needed to neutralize the quantity of an acid. So with the equipment we need are bibit filler and bibit conical and funnel, conical flask, and then burette, and then the acids are indicator, hydrochloric acid, and sodium hydroxide. So we're gonna do it now. We're gonna fill 25 centimeter cube of sodium hydroxide. So that's it at first. And then next we're gonna put the indicator, 3 drops.
So we're gonna put the 3 drops of indicator
into the conical flask.
So the color
will turn
to the pink.
to purple, pink. We already have hydrochloric acid in here, so we're not going to use it. Just going to put a little drops of it into the conical flask. So now we can see that the solution turns colorless. And then that's it.
Okay, so the initial volume that was put in H-bar was 26.50. So the final volume has 40. Okay, so we're gonna make 40. Bind 0. Okay, let me subtract in that one. Still it is 14.5. 14.5. So the result is not the coordinate resulting because there is no result in between. Maybe these two they are coordinate result because they are in between 0.02 for the result. So thank you very much. Let me give the class.
daawadayaal waxaa casharkan inoogu xigi doona casharo kale oo ka imanaya dugsiyada casriga ee Al-daarayn ee magaalada Hargeysa haddii Ilaahay yiraahdo.